Draft just now starting. Don't expect any brilliant analysis from me. I'm just waiting for the genius sitting next to me to finish eating his delicious club sandwich. But I hope you all are doing well. The winner of this one, we'll take a look here at the bracket. We'll be going into the regionals. So, wait a second. Oh, that's the Open Qualifier, yeah. Okay, so yeah, winner of these two series, Pecan versus Blinkpool and Alliance versus London eSports, they move on into the regionals, and they will be joining Kinguin, Final Tribe, Kingdra, Singularity, OG, Wind and Rain. That'll be the 8 teams. Over in CIS, which is also happening now, I think, unless that's finished up. Yeah, Spirit took one spot. It's Gambit and Fake Navi for the other. And then the loser will play Bokal, I think, tomorrow for the final spot. And they will be joining Vega, Fly to Moon, Empire, DD, Espada, and, well, Spirit already qualified. So that's kind of where we're at. That's the stakes as we round out the European Open phase today, aside from that one CIS third place decider. So yeah, draft's underway now. You can see the Quake for Hate train well underway. The NP, the Lone Druid, and the Lycan all banned in the first phase. That's some ultra respect. Io was removed though this time around. Not going to mess around with that. The Chen gets taken out. So even though Taiga played a great one last time, I guess they don't want to risk London stealing it, snatching it away from them.
Actually surprised to see it not be... Wait, so the first pick was with London. Okay, yeah. Come With Me plays Chen, so this makes sense.
And after last game, maybe he would want to first pick it.
Yeah, I think so. I think London played it earlier in the qualifier as well. It's one of Come With Me's best heroes. He played it a lot recently, so... And Alliance know how strong the hero is. They use it themselves.
Beastmaster Phoenix combo got taken by Alliance. Been both pretty popular in the qualifier, I would say. Yeah, London goes for the Naga as well. So they get one of their supports likely. What are we going to see with all those Quake for Hero bans?
So he still has his Razor. Oh, Clockwork. Interesting. We haven't seen that played today by Alliance. I'm not even sure if we saw it yesterday either.
It's a support clock, right?
Yeah, this should be grabbed by, I think, Taiga. I'm not quite sure what prompted this pick. It's one of the better heroes at man fighting Naga early on as a support, but Clockwork, I personally don't really like playing against Night Stalker. First of all...
He can fly out of the cogs.
He can fly out of the cogs. He can blind you, so you can't hit your own cogs, which can be super annoying at nighttime as well. And yeah, apart from that, sure, you can man-fight him a bit early on, but Night Stalker doesn't really get played as a 4 anyway, so...
And he's not like an... even if you do catch him, he's still pretty tanky. Often we've seen him building the hood or the pipe, which will mitigate most of your damage, so...
Pipe will be a great item this game already. When you're facing Phoenix, it's a solid pickup.
The Sunray is not pure anymore, right? They changed that a while
magical.
ago. Okay.
Yeah. That's the primary reason. Like all of Phoenix's damage is magical. And that also means that Veil is that bit more appealing, right? Because you amplify the Sunray now, and you didn't used to do that. So that build has more value, but still we often see Phoenix is not getting that item. Oh, not really too surprising here. Disruptor with Naga. They're putting their offlane Night Stalker again. I'm still surprised to see this first pick Night Stalker from both this team and Waga's team. I personally would not rate the hero as a first pick.
I wouldn't say it's been that successful for the most part. Well, this is one way to, I wouldn't say punish it, but kind of respond to it. Get a hero that benefits as well from a little nighttime.
Yeah, get night vision. We talked about the darkness change, where instead of setting it to a flat amount of vision, you set it to a percentage. 75% to be exact for the enemy heroes, and still full vision on towers. And Luna has really good night vision once she hits the... When do you generally have 4 in Lunar Blessing? You go 4, that's 8, 12, level 14, I want to say. Do you have it maxed out then? Yeah,
Sounds right.
level 14. So there's still a decent amount of time before you get the Blessing all the way up. And it does give 250 night vision per level.
I see a couple of you asking, this is game 2. Alliance is leading 1-0. It's a BO3. Loser will not go to the regionals, will not go to TI. Winner has a chance.
Yes.
And I think you know, we were talking about it downstairs, and you were rating it a very outside chance for any of these teams except OG.
I think out of all of the open qualifier teams, with what I've seen so far, OG has the clearly best chance. And then it depends. We don't know how good the regional teams are going to be. But based on overall across all of these games, the games I've seen, this feels like teams that are not as good as Final Tribe or Kinguin to me.
Okay.
I think they're definitely competitive with Singularity, but we'll see. I'm ready to be surprised. And sometimes your teams can grow a lot really fast. Like when
especially
because
some of these rosters are very new, you know.
Yeah.
So if they have potential and they're synergizing, that round robin might just be what
can help a
brings
lot.
them to the next level.
Absolutely.
Shadow Fiend, Ben. I have not seen a Shadow Fiend. Now he got a big rework, right? Like the raises like multiply together or something. Like if you hit more than one raise in a row, it
Yeah,
does more damage.
that's a bonus per raise hit, a combo counter, if you will.
Okay.
Almost. I guess they banned Shadow Fiend strictly as a hero counter to Death Prophet. It's one of DP's worst matchups in mid. There are other bad ones though, so there's not really a guarantee. I could definitely see Alliance try to grab Koikva something like a Viper. I still think that's a good matchup against the Death Prophet. Actually, generally a really good hero in this game. They want to 5-man fight with Luna and Phoenix and Beastmaster. Viper has a strong lane matchup, and he fits in nicely with not being really a good target for the Radiant right now. Like, none of their heroes kill Viper except DP ulti. So I could definitely see that being a choice. But let's see their carry first. If Viper's good against their carry, I say go for it for Alliance. I think they would like that hero here for Max. Else there's Razor still, of course. That's the last hero we've seen him play so far that is still available.
I can't recall what else does Koikfa used to play? He used to play Invoker, right?
Invoker, absolutely. That's a while ago. Hasn't been playing it too much as of late. In the mid role, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Queen of Pain.
That was like years ago. That I remember.
Tinker, but Tinker has not been too hot for a while.
They do have the Beastmaster clock. It's like interesting with Tinker, but there's a disruptor, I guess.
Could consider Tinker. I think you go Viper here. I think it's really good.
I don't know if I would want to play Tinker with a Monkey King.
Oh, Visage. That's another one he plays.
Mid Visage?
Yeah.
Carry Visage. Where's Gods when you need him?
This is a nice
like
choice
his wet dream.
Oh, he likes Visage?
Yeah, he loves Visage, and he loves playing in mid.
Yeah. I definitely think it's good mid this game. Death Prophet is not the most punishing lane. Visage's biggest weakness is that it's not a really strong laner until level 6. But after that, it bullies a lot of heroes, including DP. It fits similar to the Viper thing. It's a tanky hero that they can use to go and push towers with. I really like Alliance's draft this game. I think they're going to 2-0 this series. This Visage last pick is kind of a... They picked it instantly as well. They were definitely ready. They were like, if this is a good Visage pick, after the last pick they get, we go for it. And they committed. I really like this choice. This game. It's like you look across to the Radiant. How do they kill Visage with their heroes? Like, they're actually... It's only really the DP ulti that I see. If Visage is in the Monkey ulti or DP ulti, you can die. But apart from that, it's a tough kill, man. And he has so much help. He even has a Sunray that we haven't talked about to keep him healthy. So I'm liking Alliance. I think their laning is going to go well. None of this London eSports laning, I think, can truly punish a Luna dual lane. They can try to put their Naga Night Stalker lane against Luna Phoenix. I actually don't even know how much they pressure them that way. Luna is, in addition to that, a little bit of bonus info. Luna is riding on some sort of mutant. Don't know if that buffs you.
Do you prefer this this mount to others we've seen? Yeah, that is. What is that thing?
I personally don't find this very nice, but at least it stands out. What is it even called?
All right, what?
Fintail Reef Kite.
Is that supposed to be aquatic themed?
I guess so. A kite sounds more like something you're flying Oh, okay. Lakat Matata.
That's great.
So, okay, let's see how Alliance choose to lane. I don't think they necessarily need to dodge anything with their Luna. There's no lane that stands out as a really bad lane. Visage will be fighting against anything mid. Both Monkey King and DP is totally playable. Obviously, the Monkey King, you can just Grave Chill him, and he can't really hit, so he doesn't have a play in the lane. And that's also going to be a problem later on in the game, in fights. Until he has BKB, this Grave Chill is a really big issue for Monkey King as a hero. Beastmaster will probably be laning with Clockwork as a dual strength. That could be a bit tricky against Monkey King, but at the same time, the Cogs are a decently useful defensive tool against Monkey's more aggressive playstyle. So, I think everything's fine and dandy for Alliance this game. And I think if you compare it to the last game, there's less pitfalls, like where it can go wrong with their lineup. This looks very stable and very straightforward, what they're trying to do and how their heroes play off each other. So,
Early little skirmish here on Mr. Taiga, and the bounty runes being snatched up as best as possible. So far, 2 for London, 1 being ignored over towards bottom. But they're taking some hefty damage here as Mad Kane's end Come With Me will be down to a 3rd HP or so.
yeah, good damage here. And what Alliance have done in the safe lanes, they've bought a lot of regen on Luna. I like this. I feel like a mistake some Lunas make is they only buy like 1 pack of tangos or 2 packs of tangos and no flask. And this hero is just fragile, and you need to be able to stay high on health so you don't get burst down. So I like this choice of having all this extra regen with him in the lane. Just it costs a little bit on the last hit front. You have a little less damage, but you still have the plus 14 from Lunar Blessing, so mostly you're going to be fine. Oh, Taiga, got to be careful here. It should be fine.
Yeah, Clockwork does not have the best base armor, and with the Riptide, you're into the negative.
Yep.
So,
fortunately for them, it's with a Night Stalker who has his slow is so garbage now, level 1 a day. 1.25 second duration, does not mini stun. It's a decent damage with the 90, but they can't really, until they have Ensnare, they can't realistically lock on to Taiga. Good harass, though, again, from Come With Me.
yeah, look at Mickey. He's already just a couple of auto attacks, and the Luna's like below half HP.
He's going to keep tangos running constantly here, so...
How about the other lanes? And
yeah, so Visage mid against DP. DP is kind of owning Koikva right now on CS, but actually, in terms of experience, it's... pretty even, so a bit more gold for the DP, but no denies, which is what Visage really wants to avoid, is the enemy denying the lane. You want to get the 6. It's okay if you lose on gold. When you're 6, you can generally
they get
follow
a
your
net
opponent
here
out.
on Taiga. Might be the first blood. Lucent Beam, good cogs, good cogs. Almost caught Mad Kings under the tower, actually.
Close call. Let's see. I wonder what Taiga's going to do here if they're going to flask him. They did. So they did use Luna's flask to
Keep the
protect
clock in lane.
Yeah. Oh, Koikva mid. He will just barely dodge the Crypt Swarm.
Would that have been enough for the kill? It's level 2?
Don't think. He had a Fairy Fire that he used as well. So I think he would have been okay, but that was close regardless. Andre's definitely doing the right thing here, trying to play aggressive. This is what you do against Visage. Punish the weakness of the hero if you have a favorable matchup. Now Insane is in position with an Invis rune. He has the information from the sentry that they actually put to D-Ward earlier, so he knows that Insane is here. And he's just going to back off.
And the last lane, I guess, this bottom lane, looks like Zube is getting some pretty good farm. Beastmaster, though, doing well. 8 and 5. So,
yep,
pretty even on that side of the map, it looks like.
I really like the idea of Phoenix against Monkey in lane.
Are they going to get Come With Me first blood?
No.
Actually going the way of Team Alliance, despite the Luna being a bit squishy in the lane.
Yeah, the Clockwork works very well as a buffer. It's basically a wall you have to get through. A wall with a wall. It's not easy.
That's meta right there.
So I was going to say, I like Phoenix against Monkey King in general. I think it's a nice solution for the hero, both in terms of the lane, but also later on in the game. Like in lane, Monkey King is all about the attacks, and you can't really hit with the... I think they're going to be fine up here. Yeah, they're just disengaging. Can't really hit with Fire Spirits on you.
Really nice for them.
And later on, Monkey's not the best hero at destroying the Supernova either, and he wants to stay in his ring, but if you put the Supernova in the ring and force him out...
Then you kind of counter the whole point of the hero.
Exactly. Oh, this is a dead Dead.
Luna might be fine. Actually, they might get Mad Kings as well with the Lucent Beam coming out.
Be careful here.
He's gonna bit
that
overeager. They does have stick charges on the clock.
Was questionable at the best.
Might be able to get Mad King. While that was happening, they got a kill bottom. It looks like
Nice
Phoenix
juke
going
from Mad
down.
Kings.
And it's nighttime, and yeah, good juke. Should be able to TP out.
Mickey could have avoided dying there. I don't think he feels too bad about it necessarily because he was super low and he gets a full refill, but running to base feels really bad as carry from the safe lane, so might have been for the better that he just gets killed off and they tried to go for the trade. He might have been like, okay, I know the risk here is that I will die, but the benefit is a full refill.
This middle lane is a pretty hefty trashing at this point since.
Yeah.
First time we've seen Quakefoot lose his lane.
Yeah, this is Visage. Visage almost never wins its lane.
I guess once you get the birds, the familiars, it kind of turns around.
DP can't lane anymore when there's familiars.
Okay.
That's how bad it is. So
expected for now, though.
Yeah. I don't know if DP is supposed to win this much. It's definitely supposed to win the lane, but this is a very, very nice showing from Andre. Top lane.
Gonna lose the clockwork here. Come with me now, juking around the trees. Mickey, can he stay on target? Gets the Lucent Beam off, and now he can look for Mad Kings. Does have the Mango. Won't have the cooldown ready on the Lucent Beam, though.
I'm definitely happy with this trade. They trade support for support, but Luna gets the solo kill, so gets more experience and gold on him. And working toward that level 6. When Luna is 6, this top lane is like almost uninhabitable by these two melee heroes. They're just going to get blown apart by Eclipse. They got to be really careful. So far, so good. Once again for Alliance. This time, the gold is slightly favoring London, but as far as game plan goes, I think Alliance are in an okay spot. Visage will be able to pull this back, like we mentioned, and hasn't died in the lane. Bottom lane. Sibby putting some pressure on. Can't really get anything out of it, though.
Here comes the London rotation. Smoking up. They want to get Quakefoot right before he hits 6, and
that's a good time.
They have a ward down. They've got the positioning. Get off the net. The nuke's coming through. Even the Exorcism committed. That's still a very fast Visage, but they will run him down, so good timing.
Yeah, they want to use this Exo to deal some tower damage. Unfortunately for them, their siege creep is dead, and if they had that for this play, it would have been a lot better. They could have done some serious structural damage with this. But not available. Bottom lane. Sibby did manage to get the Jingus up and running, so Boxy will have to be a little bit careful now.
So this tower is going to take a thrashing. Now Quakefoot does get the familiars. Out they come, and come with me. Exact wrong timing. They'll glimpse back Insania, but come with me down. Will the Exorcism? No, it's already worn off, so not a whole lot they can do to Quakefoot. Oh, maybe they can just nuke him down. A couple more auto attacks.
Close call. Oh, Clockwork and the birds. This is a problem for Andre. He doesn't have any mana here.
Yeah, I don't think he's fast enough to get away here either. The Familiar's just slowly working him down. Stun 1, stun 2. Now the cogs come out. Kinetic field there as well. Quakefoot's just going to use the regular hero auto attacks to try to bring down Shaylee, but he'll have to TP out. Andre on the retreat. Fairy Fire is getting popped. Has the bottle charges, but still no boots. So he should be going down here any moment. And while that's happening, Night Stalker also dying up top.
Mika got a solo kill with the Eclipse there on NS. That's so big once again. The timing on the level here, the key thing. It works out for Clockwork to move away from top only because Luna is 6. Else she would have definitely died to this dual lane running into her. But getting the better trade-off and stabilizing the top lane very nicely. Now level 7 on the Luna. But now she doesn't have it and may just have overstayed her welcome this time because no Eclipse this time around.
Yeah, they even have the ward up as Mad King's... Oh, I don't think he will be able to chase her down. Let's try, but it's dangerous walking towards Taiga. Battery Assault going to work for now. Kiting and controlling him a bit. Action continues in the bottom lane as Monkey King will get picked off. It's been a bloody start. 12 kills, 8 minutes. Yep. A lot of ganking, a lot of rotations.
Absolutely. And you probably haven't seen Visage played for a while, but the way to play Visage now is generally Helm of the Dominator. You have this army and you just grave chill and run people down, take towers. The attack speed aura is super good for your birds. Birds are different from what they were back a while back, rather. Their lowest damage is still a lot higher than the old one. Their minimum damage right now is 30. The old Visage birds were like 10 or 15 after they used up all their attacks.
So even after the charges, they're still relevant.
They are strong. Yeah. Birds are strong. So having attack speed on them matters. Mad Kings looks to be dying once again.
Yeah, they keep on trying to put pressure on this top lane, and
Not
Alliance
really
is ready
working.
for that. What do you expect kind of next for London as far as their action plan goes?
They need to play around Exorcism. Oh, there's a roar.
Roar on the Disruptor, gets the kill. Out comes the stun from the Monkey King,
Oh,
goes
not so free.
for the chase, and they will get the counter kill on the Beastmaster.
Definitely happy with that if you're London.
And Exorcism is ready, so they can go for this tower too.
They need to make sure to use Exorcism every time it's ready. They gotta put pressure on these towers. Visage will, since they got the mid tower this early, that's actually really good for them. Taking this bottom tower will probably not happen in this one push. If there's any TP, they will defend. Doesn't seem to be the case though. They might actually just go for it fully, and
Yeah,
then
they've got the next wave coming in.
Yep. Then they can look to go top after. This is really good for the Radiant. Getting another tower.
That's big. 2 towers down, 2 exorcisms used.
Yep. Good efficiency.
Meanwhile, Visage, who often will at least do damage to the tower, is not tickled mid.
So that 2-for-2 rune trade, looks like it. So no change in net worth there. Difference, rather. And I think what you do now as Radiant, you wait until the next Exorcism is up, and you make a smoke rotation to the top lane, and you try to kill Luna and take her tower, if she's still playing up here. That's one thing Alliance's lineup hasn't managed to do yet. They haven't managed to take a tower of their own. They're actually not even close to taking any of the 3, so they have a bit of work to do in that regard. Boxy will try to roar, I believe, on the Monkey King.
Gets the boar out, but Monkey King should be tanky enough to withstand this. But maybe not to withstand the creep army that's following them in. That very fast Centaur moving into position. Hook comes through, connects on the DP, the juiciest takedown of all. Out comes the Wukong's command, but they can largely bypass this, and Zippy will step outside, so Taiga simply slips away to safety. They did end up losing the Death Prophet so far. Maybe the turnaround comes with another good Boundless Strike onto 2. Koikfa though, Taiga still able to back away to safety.
Oh,
The glimpse back onto Koikfa. Do they have the follow-up though? The threat of the stomp is still here from this Centaur. He's going to miss it, and Zibe continues his own retreat, but gets trapped in the trees. The Familiar's coming through. The Psalm to reset. Great usage there by Come With Me. TP out, and he's out of there. Come With Me should make it back too.
Yeah, he can run away. This should cost them the bottom tower. This is a great win for Alliance, by the way. Even though they disengage here, Luna was free farming the whole time, took the top tier 1. Alliance are now in position with 4 heroes for the bottom tier 1. And with no Song and no Exorcism available, actually Exorcism is up in a moment, I don't think they are in position to defend this. So Alliance just basically took 2 towers with 1 move.
Yeah, they use the Psalm, they don't have the Static Storm, and the Wukong's command is also on cooldown,
Yeah.
so I don't think they can fight here.
And Luna is starting to seriously pull ahead from moves like this. That's a 1k difference between her and the Monkey King. Luna is a naturally quicker farmer, so the gap is only going to grow here.
Yeah, we've seen a couple different builds on the Monkey King. Battle Fury, I think, in one of the games. What is he going to go for this time around? Mithril Hammer, Javelin.
Is this a
All right.
Maelstrom build?
More of like a...
Oh, not the Maelstrom again, man.
You really don't like that build.
I'm not a fan. I don't think this is the way to go.
What do you prefer on Monkey King?
If you don't go Battle Fury first, which I don't really like, I think you... I don't really like going Battle Fury first. I think you go Echo Saber almost always, and then you either go into a fighting build with BKB, or if you have to farm and have wave clear, you can get the Fury afterwards, or you can go Echo Saber into something like a Shadow Blade or whatever you need to fight. This is a fighting carry, and while Maelstrom does deal good damage, like I get the idea. The Wukong's command, obviously the monkeys can proc the Chain Lightning. It can be really strong. I just don't think it's the first item.
Static
You're
Storm
way too old to rely on
blown
this.
here, but Taiga is actually trapped, so maybe they get something out of this as a retaliation play. Disruptor down, but the clock will also fall. Eclipse gets committed, but
Nice
Mickey can't
little-
find anything.
Welcome to the disco.
He'll celebrate his retreat.
Nobody wanted to go to the disco. Now it closed, so they're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready to hold this tower. That was a complete whiff. Bit of a misplay there from Alliance. They have to back off. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade, like you said, but Eclipse being on cooldown is a bit of an opening for the Radiant. They can't really use it too well without their Exo, though, so it might not matter all that much.
It just feels like they're having trouble finding ways to start fights now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what, you run in with a Void. That's not great. The Wukong's command is pretty easy to walk out of. I guess you really need that Son Static Storm or like a good glimpse catch.
Exactly, and to get a good glimpse catch, actually, wait a second, Madkin's so
Son is not ready.
super strong.
3 seconds until they could use it there.
The thing about the glimpse play is, in order to get a glimpse, you need to run at the opponent, and they need to be scared and run away.
And they're not
I think
scared.
Alliance can just stand their ground. Like, this Visage and Phoenix are difficult kills, so if you run toward them, they're just going to turn around, cast their spells, and you're the one running away.
Plus, they're stronger in a pack. You've got the Inner Beast
Yes.
synergizing nicely with the HOD creep and the whole familiar army as they hook forward. The glimpse back is on the clock, but Zippe still may go down here. He roasts to the Phoenix ult.
Supernova has been buffed a lot since you
The AoE
were
is
an active
bigger
caster,
now?
David. Big AoE.
That was a very diplomatic diplomatic way to put it, Sind. I appreciate it.
It's got a bigger AoE and a longer stun duration. It's a 2-second stun level 1. It used to be 1 second.
Okay.
Way stronger spell.
Since you were, I like how you paused there and then you're like, active caster. What were you really thinking, Mr. Trolls?
Since you were active caster.
Rel. That's okay. Glimpse back?
Glimpse back,
All
yep.
right, they find Taiga, but the
Good
conks
Cox.
are
He's fine, actually.
difficult to deal with here. It comes the
Never
Night
mind,
Stalker
there's
from the
another-
side.
There's a friend. Friend will help, and friend will get the kill to the monkey. So.
Good job, friend.
So BKB next on the docket for Sibi. I think that's the right choice. After going for this Maelstrom, he has to have something to be able to stand his ground and fight. So BKB definitely the right approach.
Ah, revenge. Sweet, sweet
Easy
revenge.
pick for Boxy here onto the Disruptor. And actually, Mad Kings is getting surrounded right now, but he's not aware. Oh, this could be a very bad fight for the Radiant. Good song. They have to get the hell out of here. Quick reaction from Come With Me on that. Are they going to try to fight this?
Oh,
Good setup.
they have a good combo here. The Wukong's command coming out along with the Exorcism. This is a sweet kill. Down goes the Luna, ends the dominating streak. Insania barely skating away on just a fraction of HP, just out of range.
They were able to take that fight. Luna was just caught inside the Monkey ult, couldn't really get out of it. Stood his ground and did a lot of damage, but the rest of his team were not able to connect, so the damage of London was enough. Like you said, good kill. Cost them an Exo, though, and that's an Exo that's not being used for a tower or the Roche. And generally, you really like to use Exorcism for Roshan when you're level 12 on DP. Often you see lineups tailored for this timing that DP wants to Roche with either a medallion or some sort of physical amplify from his team, but isn't really part of their draft except the Riptide, and that's kind of negligible compared to other things you can get.
I used to see like the old Slardar combo in
exactly.
particular.
That was a classic. Bottom lane, Andre is fast. There's Roar in 3 seconds. Who did they glimpse? They glimpsed away the clock. Oh, see you later, Naga.
Naga gets left behind.
Really moving in quickly here, Alliance. They realize how much stronger they are. When Exo is down, and Exo and Monkey King ulti, there's like no hope. It's really like they have 0 damage without their ultis.
So he did in fact go for your dreaded Maelstrom. Now BKB is coming on the Monkey King.
Yeah,
He's getting a combat item, I guess.
I guess the Maelstrom was useful in that last fight. If you do get out a good Wukong, it's strong. It's very strong to have Maelstrom with a great ulti, but a lot of the times we've seen Monkey Kings just not able to use the ultimate very well. And then Echo Saber is just the saber choice. It's the safer choice because it's like it has more situations where it's useful.
This was not the optimal smoke, as a quick swoop in will reveal everyone. Then they catch out two. Static Storm drop, and they manage to make it back, eating their way to safety. They do get Taiga, so they survived the damage. It looked really dicey there with the Sunray, but they're able to withstand it.
They very quickly broke the cogs and got out, so...
No panic.
I'm probably pretty happy with that. It was Alliance's smoke, right?
No, London
No, it was
smoked.
their own. Okay.
Maybe
well,
Alliance also smoked, but in any case, yeah, it's
okay.
It's not a big deal.
It looked like it would have been maybe a bad fight for the region. They end up getting a Clockwork kill without having Exo and Monkey ult ready at the time. I'm really surprised if they smoked, honestly, without any of those two ultimates ready. That's why I thought it was Alliance's smoke. But.
Oh, Disruptor caught out. Quakefa's just playing deep behind enemy lines. They're going to get a Roar follow-up here. Looks like a retreating Roar.
Yeah. They'll chill, they'll back out. They know that this game is very safe as long as Luna gets to farm a lot. And they're enabling Mickey very well, so... Progress definitely being made on that front. 4k gold lead. And he's not the only hero scaling. Visage is not a bad late game hero at all. This itemization where you go into, looks like Koikva wants to get a pipe into Solar Crest for the team. Lots of tank ability, lots of utility in the fights. And then later, we often see Visages either go AC or a Nullifier Bloodthorn build where you just single out a guy and just blow him up by yourself. Pretty much no hero in Dota will survive a Nullifier Bloodthorn Visage with the birds on him. The talents of Visage, by the way, as well, are very, very strong.
Which ones do you
generally go cast range for the cast range of Grave Chill. It's really important. XP gain, so you can quicker. Sometimes you get Soul Assumption, but then you get the familiar move speed. Way easier for them to stay on target, and then +1 familiar.
Wow, they're like almost hasted at that point, huh?
Yeah, they're really fast, and the extra familiar. So when you Grave Chill and they just fly super fast and attack, and then you have that Nullifier Bloodthorn, you can imagine how high the damage output is of this hero later
That's
on.
insane.
It's a great hero. I think it's been morbidly underpicked in this qualifier, actually.
Morbidly under.
Liquid have, in the last major that Liquid won, the Super Major, they played it a lot on Matumba.
Oh,
I don't think
Andre, that's a bold maneuver, my friend. Song coming through. What a turnaround save play this might turn out to be, but the Supernova still connecting. Are they going to lose him? They will. All their damage is gone. Now the Wukong's command coming out, but Alliance able to sidestep that while raining down the pain. Mickey with the Eclipse from distance. They can hunt after Zibe. That's 4 dead. It all started with a Death Prophet blinking into 4 heroes there.
They were just not in position. Monkey King was not able to connect the ulti on the Song. So that means he's really far away. When you can't do that combo play, this is a bit of a suicidal play from DP. They might have thought that that all of Alliance weren't there, or that they weren't going to react fast enough, but it was a good Song from Come With Me. He has to use it like that, else the DP is just dead. Well, no help. That was...
You could see the team fight potential of their lineup there.
Absolutely.
If DP survives another 5 seconds, that's probably a completely different fight, but
yeah,
she was just right in the middle of everyone. Well, that's going to lead to another tower here for Alliance, it looks like. They'll bring down the tier 2 mid. Start working maybe on the tier 3, swooping in onto Mad Kings. The Visage damage already becoming quite substantial.
Yeah, they got that tier 2. They're probably going to look toward the top tier 2 next. There's a bit of way to go with the wave, though, so it will take them a while. But again, the lead from Alliance just building up. They're giving Koikva the Tome. Like this a lot. He has a 40% XP talent, so we'll get a lot of experience out of this book, working toward that level 18. And that's when... You know, Visage with Pipe and Crest just starts hitting your tower. You got to do something. When it's, especially when it's level 18, so you have the level 3 familiars. They hurt so bad. You gotta be ready to hold.
Doesn't seem like their heroes are particularly good at targeting the familiars or focusing them down either.
They're not good.
I guess the ideal thing is like a sniper or something.
They die in the Wukong's command. But
okay.
It's that's like the only thing they really have that's good against them. Hook shot.
Aggression here, but Zibe has the BKB. Can he really chase, though? They've managed to bring down Boxy elsewhere. He'll be forced away. Mad King's also coming in. So yeah, Beastmaster got caught out more towards the mid side, but it's really Alliance getting the objectives. Is that we'll find this tower top. They probably get the Disruptor too. Yeah, Mickey brings him down as well.
So far.
14k net worth. Despite that death earlier, it just doesn't seem to matter. Now Mad King's getting slowed up. Lucent Beam, a lot of poke as he tries to retreat to safety. Yeah, that's a massive Luna.
Not really sure what the Radiant are going to do about it when Luna has a Butterfly and a BKB. I don't really see them killing her with anything else than Exorcism, and even that is going to take quite a while. Luna has very high armor, and they have no armor reduction except the Riptide that isn't even going to work in BKB. So it's hard to see a way out of this one for the Radiant, to be honest, at this point.
Well, for all of you lovely people just joining us, this is Game 2, Alliance up 1-0. And should they win this, they will move on to the regional. So do or die for London right now.
The one thing I do see London able to do, but they're really, really far from Disruptor Ags.
Oh, that's a bold move. Insania just swooping directly and canceling the dive, but they're not going to drop a Static Storm on him or anything.
No. I guess they can try for a Song into Static Storm combo and then get the Monkey Ult on top like they've been able to the whole game, but Alliance haven't been in a position where it had been useful. That's kind of what they're going to need here. Disruptor Axe will not happen this game, so they're going to need... There you go. Now you're going to see Visage go to work with Luna. If this tower falls, they're going to lose the Rax.
They're going to lose the Night Stalker here. Looks like, no, maybe not. Barely makes it back to safety. The pipe, nope.
Soul Assumption.
Scratch that. Quakefoot brings him down and just starts laying into structures. The Siege engine is gaining steam as they will Song now. They've got the position, I think, for a two-hero Static Storm. They'll drop that, but the hook shot comes in. The hook, actually, is just sitting there as Taiga unable to find a better opening, but it doesn't seem like it's going to matter. Death Prophet dying, buying back. Does not have the Exorcism now. Alliance able to retreat. The Wukon's command got dropped, but they're only getting these supports, and the Eclipse might actually net Alliance some much beefier kills. Come with me down again. Eclipse still raining down. That's so many beams. Andre forced back. Structure's really eyes on the prize for Alliance, but I guess the additional buyback will finally end it still. This has been a very costly hold.
How many was that?
3 buybacks in total.
3,
and
yeah. DP, the big
and
one.
all the ults.
Yeah. I don't think they wasted a single thing on the Radiant. I think they needed to use all of their buybacks and all of the spells and items that they did, and still they did not have enough. And that was a pretty good catch, too. They got the Phoenix. There was no Supernova in that fight. Insania
and they still
dove
just got
into
bodied.
the Song.
Yeah.
If Insania is not in this Song, the Rax just falls. It was definitely a mistake from him to dive in at that point. There was no need for it. Luna was already getting the Rax by herself. And if London tried to go for her, stand back, you use the Sunray, Luna uses BKB, there's no way in hell she dies. So, well, they might just try to go again. They're feeling confident, it looks like. BKB on the Luna, 10 seconds, ready to rock and roll.
Well, the thing is, their Siege is just... It's
so
all
good.
about these, like, those summons and illusions. They don't really need the ults to do it.
Yeah.
In fact, they'd probably rather neither team has ults.
Exactly, that's why they're going. There's no DP ulti and there's no Monkey ulti, so... The Radiant lineup's ability to fight is extremely limited. He's going to BKB during the Crimson Guard on the Rax. It's going to take a while here, but still gets the job done. Mission accomplished. They can back out. They might get glimpsed one hero here. They're trying to blink and break the smoke. Nice smoke here to prevent the Disruptor from glimpsing. Really like that play out of Alliance.
Oh, he wants that glimpse, too. He's going to
will
glimpse Boxy, but just a little trip towards the mid lane.
Nope, didn't help. I think Alliance might just keep going.
They've had... I would say their biggest strength from what I've seen is just good shot calling. Like, when they've been behind, their rotations have been on point. They know when to push the issue on offense, and when they have the lead. Like, we haven't seen any major strategic blunders from Alliance. At least not so far in the qualifiers. Some sloppy individual plays, like from Mickey last game.
Qualifier number 1 against Wind and Rain, there were some interesting
Okay,
moments.
I didn't get to catch
but,
that. So.
But yeah, so far in this qualifier number 2, they've definitely looked better. I would agree with that. It seemed like they've truly found out exactly how they want to pick and play.
And a glimpse in
Good
Quakefoot,
force
good
stab.
force back to safety, and very tanky with the Gravekeeper's Cloak as well as the pipe. BKB on Zibe, but what will the Monkey King do with this? They're not getting much mileage out of the Monkey King. In fact, I can't recall a Monkey King that was getting much done so far this qualifier.
Well, you got a Song now. Come with me. Oh, your second Rex are down.
He'll try for it. Sunray, though,
It's not healing.
coming out.
It's vulnerable.
Doesn't heal, I guess. In comes the hook from the side. It's going to interrupt. The Disruptor still gets off the Static Storm, catches out 2, but the Eclipse is also there. It also brings down 2, and it just continues going. Make it 3, 4 have fallen. Racks are crumbling. Alliance are victorious. And it would appear that London's road ends here. So Alliance will advance into the regionals. It's a big brand, you know, Na'Vi. Well, they couldn't make it. Maybe the Na'Vi backups can.
Na'Vi backup.
Discount Na'Vi.
Good series from Alliance. Both of their best of 3s today looked really solid. They were never really challenged in either of these 2 games or in the last series against, I already forgot who they played against. That was how easy it was. Waga's team. And the one before that, they had one single best of 1 against... What was the first game of the day we covered? They played one best of 1
wasn't Waga's
against
team, right?
Moriarty. I actually think that was their hardest game today. The game against Moriarty, where the...
Moriarty kind of like threw away the lead, right?
The game looked like a game that Moriarty could definitely win. And I think the other games that we've seen after that didn't ever really look like games that the other team would win. Moriarty took them to 37 minutes. Waga's team was 20 and 25, and this series, I think, was... Let's see, the first game was 42, actually, so it was a bit of a longer game. True, London actually looked like they could win that game, so fair enough. They were, I guess, the hardest opponent that they had was game number 1. This game was absolutely no problem. So, yeah, Alliance will advance.
So what do we have now? That is the end of this European